Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Foodie Adventures, where we dive into the quirkiest and most delicious food stories from around the world. Today we're talking about something universally loved, tacos. Who doesn't love a good taco, right? Whether it's a classic beef taco, a spicy chicken taco, or even a vegan taco, there's something for everyone. Seriously, those little pockets of deliciousness are like a fiesta in your mouth. The combination of flavors, the crunch of the shell, the savory fillings, it's a party with every bite. And let's not forget the jumping beans, those tiny troublemakers that bounce around like they're at a rave. These little guys are actually seeds with a moth larva inside, causing them to jump when it gets warm. Now imagine combining those two, tacos and jumping beans together. Sounds like a recipe for, well, let's just say an interesting day. Picture this. You're enjoying a delicious taco and suddenly your plate starts to move. Sounds like a recipe for, well, let's just say an interesting day. Now, folks love their tacos, right? But there's a fine line between I love tacos and I think I'm turning into a taco. But there's a fine line between I love tacos and I think I'm turning into a taco. We've all been there, surrounded by so many tacos that you start to wonder if you're becoming one with the taco. Our story starts right on that line with people saying, just one more taco. You know how it goes. You tell yourself it's the last one. But then you see another taco that looks too good to pass up. Famous last words, am I right? Before you know it, you're in a taco-induced food coma, laughing with friends and regretting nothing. So join us as we explore this love affair with tacos and the unexpected twist of jumping beans. It's going to be a wild ride. Things were about to get real gassy, real fast. It was a sunny day in the park, the kind of day that beckons you to enjoy the outdoors, have a picnic and maybe indulge in some delicious, albeit risky food choices. It started subtly, a little rumble here, a small toot there. People were enjoying their day, unaware of the gastronomic chaos that was about to unfold. The park was filled with laughter, music, and the irresistible aroma of food. But little did they know, a storm was brewing. A Category 5 hurricane of intestinal distress. The sky might have been clear, but inside a tempest was forming. The combination of various foods, from spicy tacos to those infamous jumping beans, was a recipe for disaster. The combination of spicy tacos and those rambunctious jumping beans was like mixing Mentos and Diet Coke in your stomach. The initial enjoyment of the food was quickly overshadowed by the realization that something was terribly amiss. It was like a symphony of bodily noises. Trumpets blared, tubas umphard, and the park turned into an impromptu concert of digestive distress. People tried to maintain their composure, but the sounds were too much to ignore. And let's not forget the percussion section, a relentless drum solo of epic proportions. The rhythmic gurgles and growls were like a drummer going wild on a solo, each beat echoing the internal turmoil. It was enough to make a grown man cry, or laugh uncontrollably, depending on your sense of humor. The park, once a serene escape, had transformed into a comedic battleground of stomachs. Friends laughed at each other's misfortune, tears streaming down their faces, while others clutched their bellies in a mix of pain and amusement. The day was unforgettable, a testament to the unpredictable nature of food and the human body. As the sun began to set, the park slowly returned to its peaceful state. People packed up their picnic items, still chuckling about the day's events. It was a day that would be remembered not just for the fun and food, but for the unexpected symphony of sounds that brought everyone together in laughter and camaraderie. The day the stomachs fought back was a day like no other, a hilarious reminder of the joys and perils of outdoor dining. Now, here's where things get really interesting. See all that gas? Yeah, it had to go somewhere. And where does gas go? Up, up and away. But this wasn't your average run-of-the-mill gas. Oh no, this was turbocharged, rocket-fueled, CO2-emitting gas. The ozone layer didn't stand a chance. It was like someone replaced the air with laughing gas, because everyone was giggling uncontrollably between, all the other stuff. Section 4, up, up and away. Remember those jumping beans? Yeah, they weren't done yet. Fueled by the spicy fiesta going on inside, they were like, hold my cerveza, and boom, people started floating. I'm talking full-on Mary Poppins style, but instead of umbrellas, it was, well, let's just say the view from up there was pretty airy. Imagine a world where your commute involved dodging rogue, taco-powered individuals. Talk about traffic congestion. It was like a scene out of a wacky sci-fi movie, only with more flatulence and less alien invasion. Section 5. A bird's eye view, literally. Now, being stuck in traffic is one thing, but imagine being stuck in air traffic with a bunch of folks who ate one too many tacos. The skies were filled with a mix of planes, hot air balloons, and even drones, all trying to navigate through the congested airspace. It was like a chaotic dance in the sky, with everyone trying to avoid each other while still reaching their destinations. The air was thick with the smell of various foods, making it a rather unique experience for everyone involved. Birds were changing their migration routes. Planes were rerouted. The skies were a mess of feathers and metal, with birds and planes trying to find their way through the crowded airspace. It was a sight to behold, with flocks of birds suddenly changing direction mid-flight and planes being rerouted to avoid collisions. The air traffic controllers had their hands full, trying to keep everything running smoothly. And don't even get me started on the poor folks on those rooftop bars. They got a whole new meaning to drinks with a view. Imagine sipping your cocktail, enjoying the skyline, and suddenly being hit by a wave of unexpected aromas. The reactions were priceless, with people holding their noses, laughing and looking around in surprise. It was an experience they wouldn't soon forget, and it added a whole new layer of excitement to their evening out. It was pure chaos, but hey, at least it smelled delicious. The streets were filled with people enjoying various outdoor events, from street festivals to food markets. The air was thick with the smell of delicious food, and despite the chaos, everyone seemed to be having a great time. People were smiling, laughing, and enjoying the unique experience. It was a day to remember, filled with unexpected surprises and lots of fun. It was like a giant piñata exploded, but instead of candy, it rained down. Well, you get the picture. The streets were alive with color and excitement, with confetti flying through the air, and people reacting to the humorous events happening around them. It was a celebration like no other, with everyone coming together to enjoy the festivities. The aerial view of the colorful street festival was a sight to behold, with people dancing, laughing, and making memories that would last a lifetime. Section 6, the Great Taco Retreat. After a while, what goes up must come down. Gravity, it always gets its man, or in this case, it's taco-loving humans. The landings, let's just say they weren't as graceful as Mary Poppins. The Great Taco Fiasco of 2024, as it came to be known, was a turning point. People swore off tacos. Jumping beans were banned. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief, and then let out a silent but deadly fart. Section 7. In a world of burritos and beans. So, the next time you're craving a taco, remember the tale of the flying foodies. Everything in moderation, folks, or at least make sure you have a good pair of, let's just say, altitude control equipment handy. And that's our show. Stay tuned for next week when we'll be discussing the dangers of chili cook-offs and the invention of the fart-proof underwear.